G'day disc golf fans and welcome back to Park Media. We are covering the 2024 Big Wet held at the freshly carved out Mt Xavier course in Ballarat. I'm Matty Faz, and to my right, a man who's got more chance of achieving a 900 on a skateboard than he does in a round of disc golf, Jason Wiedner. How are you, mate?
Undeniably accurate, Matty. I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm enjoying this course.
Oh yeah, I got a 900 done on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 once. It was sick.
Hole 10, and we're well and truly in the woods here, an 80-metre par 3.
Yeah, you've got a pretty fine, determined for you style gap to hit.
Ooh, and the tree kicks are vicious so far.
Yeah, beating up those discs.
Oh, another one. Let's go 4 from 4. There it is.
And the disappointed shake of the head there.
Yep. But a nice recovery from Chris Hart.
Ooh, yeah, might have gone a little
right
long.
At the toes of Ash. There.
And that stick just rebounding the disc back towards the bucket.
Ooh. Bit of work to do, bit of disc golf left in that for Don.
Yeah, looks like a bogey for Don, and I hope that doesn't roll. Oh, that somehow worked out.
Nice.
Not quite sure what happened there. He's just hitting trees we can't even see.
Are you using the trees at the moment, I think?
What was that weird, vine? Oh, no, it was like a low-hanging piece of bark.
Yeah, a bit of bark.
Oh!
Nice part.
There you go. Get those C2 Pat statted Chris.
Yeah, really nice putt from Chris Scott. Keeps him at even. And still a little bit of trouble in C1 for Don Carter there.
And he knows it now. You just hope it doesn't get in his head.
Yeah, unfortunate double there. Still smiling though, the young lad.
Yeah, I remember being young and happy.
Do you though? Do you really?
Even that's a distant memory now. Just drowning in misery here as Cass lines up her par putt there.
Yeah, so Cass still out in front of this card. Now, hole 11, this is an interesting one, Matty. It's a par 3 at 65. It is ferociously downhill as we see the steps that have been carved into the hill. As we come down, the drone comes down on top of the basket.
Look, I don't want to make another skateboard reference, but I step up to this one and feel like dropping in. It's like a
and I had particular trouble filming this one with the drone. It was, it took some of my best work, Matty.
Gas with a... Can we call that a lamb shank? I'm not sure what that was. As a shot unto itself, as we see Chris Hart going with a more traditional throw here. Little high.
Yeah, just getting it to drop down. I think that's as good as you can do. Oh, look at this.
And Ash in the strike zone. Oh my goodness, did that hit Cash Cam Ash?
I felt like it did.
And we get the reverse parked here.
And this will tell us the story.
Oh my God. Risking life and limb. That's dedication to your craft right there.
Yeah, might have got him there, Matty. And I thought you were the first catch cam operator to get hit by a disc.
And be sure to tune into our coverage of the Inverleigh Open to see me almost get hurt.
Scampering away from the disc.
No.
Yeah, Don. Just still trying to dial that putt in. Oh, but this is a guy that's got it dialed in.
You're telling me.
It's a massive birdie putt.
I really don't like that matte yellow putter he throws, though. It's it displeases me to look at.
Yeah, it looks like a burnt orange to me. But you are colourblind, so...
As we get a reverse park.
Definite reverse park to that.
It is an S-Line P1. S-Line is a... Look, I'm not too familiar with the Discmania range, but that's a premium plastic. Am I right?
You know your plastics, Matty. I'll never question you on that. The colour of them, however, I will.
No, you're very justified in questioning, well, any of my judgments, really, not just my colour.
As Cass takes a bogey there.
Yeah, I hope we see someone else try the forehand flick roller on that, because that was a curious shot. Hole 12, par 3. Over the bike jumps, if you bring the two-wheeler along.
Yeah, the deep creek off to the left being the major sort of problem to avoid here. And that looks heading... Well, that's down the hill. That's exactly what I was talking about there, Matty.
Yeah, no, you got to get a little flex on this as... Well, oh! Too much flex, but that's turned out pretty well. He's still going to have an obstructed putt for the birdie. As Cass lines up. This is the 12th most difficult hole on the course.
Yep, our card leader. She's yanked that a little.
Sorry, the 12th easiest.
12th easiest.
12th easiest.
It's like literally
7th hardest.
Yeah, I can't do those maths. As Don should get up and down for his par okay.
Yeah, Cassie's not in too bad of a spot here. It looks like the rain's coming down, and I don't know if I've mentioned in this 9 how dreadful the weather was on this day.
You have not, but...
It's typically Ballarat, and I reckon it was about 2 degrees.
Oh.
Is that another monster? Birdie putt.
Talk about some hot heat on the putting
Wowee.
green. Another reverse park for Chris.
Look at that.
And
That's
after
a great putt.
Yeah, it really is. And he's just jumped to 2 under without even blinking.
Yeah, he's 3 on the trot now, I'm pretty sure. So, starting to have his way with this course. Doing it all in the putting circle, though.
Certainly is.
Shout out for Bergs there, the sponsor. Hole 13, par 3, so uphill at the start. Only 55 metres, Matty, but plays with a few twists and bends.
As no time taken, Chris gets one up there.
Lovely shot.
I think that's going to be his 4th birdie in a row.
Looking likely.
I'm losing count here.
oh, you yanker.
As Papa Hart yanks that one to the right a little.
Yeah, 5th easiest hole on the course, this one. Disappointed if you're missing it. I do enjoy the way he gets into the power pocket, Don. He's got that young guy YouTube form, doesn't he?
Yeah, where he's almost got full movement in all of his body. I really do envy those young guys.
I'd be on tour in the States if I was 20 years younger, I'm sure of it.
Almost no ailments to speak of. Remember those days?
Don't worry, social media is giving them all mental health issues, so take that. See Chris there trying to navigate away through all those trees. Oh yeah, he's got it back. The putt, that is. Brings a smile to Catch Cam Ash's face, and he looks like he's recovered from that treacherous
Disc strike, would you call it?
disc strike. Yep.
Yeah, a good solid par from Chris Hart. So staying pretty clean on this back 9 so far. And Cassie with another bogey there to take herself to even. And you're right, 4th birdie in a row.
The premium plastic putter. So punk, so subversive. Moving along, hole 14, par 4. It's only 95 metres, but absolute treachery if you get off this pretty narrow fairway. I think this was designed to be ridden by bikes, not thrown with discs, but we love that about the game, don't we? Just adapting these
Natural surroundings, Matty.
Yeah. It's a great thing about disc golf.
Very Wallaby Hill, this hole, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd agree. If you haven't checked out our coverage of the 2024 Tasmanian Open held at Wallaby Hill, please go and give that a look. One of the cooler courses, and definitely one of the more technical we have in Australia.
Absolutely. So Don going fairly high here. Hyzering in. And that's going to be okay.
Really safe. That's a man that knows the course right there.
Oh, that looks a little skinny from Chris. He's up in the trees.
Skinny from Cass too.
Yeah, the high highs of the play.
Oh, but she gets
Cass
a bit
has pushed through.
Stop
Sit
it.
down.
Stop
Sit
that.
down.
Why
I
do you
said
keep
sit down.
Why do you keep going?
Oh, look at it go.
It's mountain biking down the hill.
Done the Alan Bruns thing and crashed into a tree though.
Yeah. Gotta be a local to get that one. As Chris Scott has caught fire here in the rise against disc.
Stop. Oh, bother.
Oh, raspberries. As we go.
So Cass with no choice but to pitch out.
I think she had to throw backwards
She
there.
almost did, yeah.
Oh.
Shocking roll away.
We
That's a
feel
nice
for
shot
you.
from Don.
We feel for you, Cass.
Beautiful shot.
So Chris Scott, just not having a lot of problems with his back nine.
No, and that rise against disc reminds me of their album, The Unraveling, and he's doing the exact opposite of that.
He is.
He's
exactly
raveling,
right.
whatever that means.
Oh wow, what a shot.
Yeah, nice from
Yeah,
Chris Hart.
lovely. Yeah, Cass makes another par.
Yeah, high right catch there. Luckily, that was a rad basket.
Yes.
That probably would have spat out on many of its competitors.
Absolutely.
No, they do a body of great work here in Australia, rad. Shout out to our good friend Fergie.
Fergie, yep. Who, nice birdie there from Don to get back on the birdie train. Yeah, Fergie seems to cop the blame for just about every missed putt in Australia. Unfortunately, but he does it with a smile.
I mean, he's only one of the primary propagators for growth in our game, but no, let's hate on him. Thankless job.
So that was 5 in a row for Chris Scott. So down to 4 down. So he's the player to watch at the moment. As we make our way to hole 15, par 4, 115 metres. Very, very narrow tunnel down here. And basket just up here on the left.
Yeah, one of the more scoreable holes coming in at the 5th easiest.
No, I slipped as well.
Looks like Chris has got a driver there. I'm not sure why. Seems a bit greedy, but see how he goes. Very well by the look of that. Oh my God, is that going to hit the card in front of them?
Not expect that to happen.
I think I saw that hit a bag, actually.
That was some pretty poor course etiquette from Chris there.
There was hold-ups on this hole all day. This was where the course backed up. So Chris Scott just being a little impatient there, I'd say.
Well, we know he doesn't like to wait long for his shots, but come on, mate. There's other people's safety in play here.
It's that punk rock attitude, Matty. It's sticking it to the man and all that.
Yeah. Speaking of stick it to the man, we got a guy in a bucket hat and glasses. Probably the least punk rock outfit I've seen on the disc golf course.
Absolutely. But could easily come to Mad Monday dressed as Stu from The Hangover.
Or Inspector Gadget if he wants to wear a trench coat.
He's known for his, I believe it's a trilby. Brother Ashel, correct me on this if I get it wrong.
What he's not wearing a trilby right now.
It's not a trilby.
No, that's just I'd say that's a reduced bucket hat.
A reduced bucket hat. Yep.
Yeah, kind of like from the Wheatus film clip.
Oh yeah, Teenage Dirtbag.
Teenage Dirtbag, yeah. Sort of similar styles as Cass pitches
Probably a
out.
similar vintage, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Would have been a fine teenage dirtbag in his day, I reckon, Chris Hart. Oh.
Speaking of dirt, that shot, emblematic of.
Yeah, and this is where it gets difficult. It gets narrow. The filth on the right-hand side just gets stinkier.
Yeah, none of the players finding this one too easy.
No, absolutely not. Last hole in the woods, though. Ooh.
Great shot.
Oh.
Oh, oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh, off it goes.
oh, down the trail.
Oh, dear. Oh, look at it stand up.
That's an explorative disc.
It's my fault for trying to lay up.
And Chris Scott transferring his punk rock attitude to his discs now.
They ain't doing what they're told.
That down?
Jeez.
Oh, I've had those roll away so far.
That one sitting down, luckily. Ooh, that's a 1.5 tee putt, I'm pretty sure, from Chris Hart.
Okay, so you're only coming out of that with a par. Not bad from the donk,
Yep.
as he's affectionately known.
And settles for his first par in 6 holes, Chris Scott. So
Yeah, well, it took a pretty gross roll away.
it did. It certainly did.
Ooh, 3 times bogey for the Papa Hart.
Yeah, and the Hart men having particular trouble with this hole over this weekend, but we'll get to that. Hole 16.
A reliever here for the players. It's 150 metres. It does go uphill, but you're out of those narrow woods and away from those pretty skinny fairways. Follow the tyre tracks up here. Avoid that tree on the right.
Stay away from the trees, Matty. And just trying to get sort of to the crest of the hill for a nice easy entrance, but that makes it all that much harder.
Well, it's a funny shape, this one, because obviously you want to go up the hill and get your distance, but you've got to flex it and it will fade left. So if you can get something to turn perfectly, that's ideal with the backhand. Like
This one?
Don is showing here, but
Lovely.
even this one's going to,
It's gonna be
yeah.
up in the trees.
It's
Yeah,
actually,
you just want to be able to get that free swing
Gap there.
for your second shot there. Otherwise, you waste a good approach.
yeah, for an open shot, it's actually a little more technical than it appears.
I've never thrown a good drive on this.
If you can Isaac Robinson yo
Cassie's
stuff.
got this shot in her arsenal, so
Oh yeah,
I
Cass
reckon she might
loves
be even throwing a Maverick here.
Cass loves the late turning
Oh, it's early release.
backhand. No,
And
no,
she
no,
doesn't
no.
turn it at all.
Oh, that wasn't even early turning. Oh, yeah. She'll take 3 good shots to complete this hole now. Yeah, the forehand, or the power forehand, if you've got it, is the safer option.
An elevator.
Yeah, you can see what Cassie has to contend with there, and it's a tough spot to be. So
Yeah.
leaking, the further you leak left, the harder it gets. The trees are just thick. See what Chris is going over the top. Highs are there, but yeah, like I said, it's par at best from there.
Oh, get out of
Sorry, I thought it was me.
Ouch.
Yeah, 5th hardest hole, this one. Cass needing to put this one close to save par.
Yeah, it's wide open out there, so once you get over that hill. But yeah, like I said, par at best from that sort of approach.
Yeah. Push. Nah, it's short. But short foot. I'll be very happy with the par on this one, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much did the best he could do there.
Is that
Chris-
the Berg from Chris Hart?
Not taking any risks. That's a nice approach. Playing that right to left slope adequately. Just needs to get
Soft-
down.
Ooh.
Get down. Does so.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
How do you think he's enjoyed being on coverage so far, Chris Hart, Matty?
I think he would have wished he played a little better.
He does enjoy most things disc golf, doesn't he?
I mean, if there was a Spirit of the Game award, he'd be a contender for every tournament we play.
Not low.
Yeah, I'm just leaving that one a little short. But importantly, no air bud, and this man's putting has been absolutely electric on the back nine. And that's why he's 4 down. It's all been with the putter, hasn't it, Matty?
All been with the putter, and I don't even want to comment on that one, Jace. I like Chris Hart way too much.
If you could triple teapot, you would.
If you could grow a third arm and just press it into your hip. There's Cass there, cleans up a bogey.
And a drop in for Don when he finally gets moving. So a par, solid par for him there. As we move to bogey for Chris Hart, we move to the more golf course inspired holes, I suppose you could say, Matty. Just following the golf course here. And this is a good fun one, hole 17.
Oh, one of the better throws on the hole. Big, high, forehand hyzer for the righty. Be surprised to see anything else.
Yeah, real championship hole, this one.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh, it's rolling towards Ash.
You love nice picturesque holes.
And some odd ground play there.
I mean, you
Bit
can
unlucky for
I'm
Chris.
sure you can make that, but
As we see Donk. Let's just get it high and through the gap, buddy.
Yep, that'll do. A bit faster, but that'll do.
No, routine's important.
And that looks lovely.
that's
Get around
pretty
that
short,
tree.
But that's good.
Look at that skip. Yeah, it's rolling with the basket.
Yeah.
Bit of a cut roll, and that's OB.
Oh.
So, well done, Jace, on nicing him there.
Some sneaky OB we probably should have mentioned as professional unpaid commentators.
A little bit more flex on that one from Cass, and that's the difference, really. Isn't it?
Yeah, doing just enough there. I do think Senior Hart has the
Oh, he's
power
got
to
his
get
shot.
there. It's far
Nice and
too low, though.
Yeah, it's going to play okay, though.
Oh. Okay. Yep, in done. I was worried because it's
No, I think par's the best result unless he can pull out something miraculous.
It's a berg. It's not going to fade. It's a berg.
Yeah, Bergs are pretty boring to commentate on, aren't they?
You'd have to agree with you. Not really. See, this man's putting's been on fire.
I kind of wish the PDGA never approved them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them because I don't throw them.
Yeah, I'm the same, but I see everyone that does throw them. Ooh, decent little bid there from Don. No, everyone that does throw them
when
gets
players
results.
dial them in, they're quite annoying to watch and play against.
Yeah, Sebastian Williams comes to mind.
Yep,
Shout out to a good friend.
absolutely. Yeah, so just sneaking in for a par there, Cassie. And Chris Hart will probably do the same. So, how did this one play in terms of birdies, Matty?
As in, how many
in
birdies?
toughness, or how where did this one rank?
This one, in terms of difficulty, was the fourth easiest.
Yeah.
Not that our card has displayed that. No offense, guys.
Plenty of pars, but not many birdies, I would imagine.
No, as we get into the final hole of the the back nine, par 4, 140 metres. Looks like to be some sort of primary school in the background there.
Kindergarten, I think, Matty.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, so hole 18.
As we see editor extraordinaire's Kyle's fist. I don't get to see much of Kyle from behind the tee pad cam, but that's what his fingers look like up close if you're interested.
That was my next question, Matty, actually. Big sky highs from the card here.
He's got a nice set of digits, does Kyle. As
I'd love to see how Kyle Herbertson would attack this hole, actually, being a lefty.
yeah.
Particular fun with this one, I'd imagine.
Maybe that gap there.
Yeah, there is a Mando tree that they're throwing around, so
Okay, so not that gap.
no. And that's why it would be fun to watch Kyle throw it.
I mean, this is the kind of 18th hole you love. You can just throw a big sort of bomb hyzer out there for the right-hand player.
Tight line from Don.
Oh,
And tombstones it.
I call it a land shark.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's cooler.
Yep, okay.
Tombstone's pretty cool. Reminds me of The Undertaker.
Yes, I was going to say, it gives me a wrestling vibe.
Yes.
It was banned, actually, that move, the tombstone pole driver.
It's very dangerous. As
And
Cass.
nice up from Cass.
Yeah, she'll finish off her round with a birdie.
And we've got blue skies out in the back there. So the weather could be able to... It might creep up to 3 degrees if we're lucky in Ballarat. And a nice up there. So pretty easy birdie opportunities on this hole.
Yeah, course designers have been kind. They want you to leave your round in a good mood.
That'd be something new for me, matey.
You're just upset because you haven't played with me for a while.
That's exactly right, mate. I do miss you out there on course.
I'm coming back to MA3. I'm going to get a couple of
Nothing
wins
like,
under my belt.
Oh, that's good, man. It's nothing like watching someone just throw discs in a dead straight line over and over again.
I'm going to add the
Mako
glitch.
threes every hole.
I've added the glitch to my bag too.
So 3 from 4 birdies. And the solar eclipse too, don't forget that.
An eclipse pitch.
So 4 from 4, great finish from our card there.
Nice finish.
And that was fun watching these guys get around. And my first look at Mt Xavier too, Matty. So I finished up on the back 9 after round 1. Cassie on +1, Don on +3, Chris Hart on +6, but with the massive back 9, 5 birdies, and the putter was on fire was Chris Scott. Definitely with the finish to his round that he would have wanted, Matty.
And let's just see some more highlights from the Chris Scott. That burnt orange putter. Thank you for the information there, Jace, as he lobs another beauty in.
Yeah, he's this guy's more punk than we are, Matty. So
Yep, and no red on that back 9 too, which is
very solid. Very solid, but yeah, and if you've liked what you've seen, we've got MPO coverage for round 2 coming up from the Big Wet 2024. We hope you'll join us and on Park Media's channel, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so. I've been Jason Wiedner.
I've been Matty Faz.
And of course, if you don't do anything else before you come and watch our next video, make sure you go out there and park it.